Hello students, welcome back to my channel Lightup Knowledge and very warm welcome to today's video. I hope you all are doing great. In today's video we will cover identification of dependent clauses. There is a separate playlist of clauses in English language on my channel, the link of which will be available right in the description box. Now this video will deal about the identification of dependent clauses. We've already covered dependent clauses as well as independent clauses. Today we will deal with identification of dependent clauses. A dependent clause is divided into three parts: an adverb clause, an adjective clause and a noun clause. Basically, a dependent clause is a subordinate clause which depends upon the main clause to complete its meaning. So without any further ado or delay, let's jump right into the video. We should not judge a clause by the word introducing it. It's important to understand the function, the function of a clause, function of a noun clause in a sentence before identifying whether it is a noun clause or an adverb clause or an adjectival. So let's get started without any further ado. So the first one is identification of noun clauses. So basically noun clause is one kind of a dependent clause. So a noun clause will answer the question what. You'll put what before it and you'll get the answer. If you get the answer, that means that is a noun clause, and it will always act as the object of the verb, means it will appear right after the verb, right? So if you see this example here, Shalini remarked that it was a fine day. So what did Shalini remark? That it was a fine day. From this we recognize that it is a noun clause because we had put the question what. And another way to identify is whether it should act as the object of the verb. So here the object of the verb should be a noun clause. So remarked is a verb and the object of that verb is a noun clause, that is that it was a fine day. So the highlighted group of words here in red is a noun clause. It answers the question, right? It answers the question remarked what? That it was a fine day. So it acts as the object of the verb remark. So this was about the identification of noun clauses. Next we will study about identification of an adjective clause. So adjective clauses are also known as relative clauses. An adjective clause describes the noun which is placed near it. So basically adjective is a word which describes about a noun or a pronoun. So it will describe a noun or a pronoun which is placed to the nearest. The location is basically when a noun and or a pronoun is described, it is adjective and it is placed close to it. If you see this example here, the apartment that Rishi purchased was very spacious. So the highlighted group of word that is that Rishi purchased is a adjective or a relative clause. Why? Because it is describing, and what it is describing? It is describing the noun which is placed near to it, and the noun which is placed near to it is apartment. So it is describing the noun apartment. It is describing about the apartment, what apartment that Rishi which department that Rishi purchased. So an adjective clause is a clause which describes about a noun or a pronoun which is placed near to it, right? It can describe the quality, quantity, number, right, possessiveness or interrogative, it can be interrogative adjective as well. Identification of adverb clauses. So what do you mean by adverb? An adverb is a word which describes, it will describe a verb, how an action is performed, or either it will describe an adjective or it can also describe another adverb. So an adverb clause is a clause which does the work of adverb in that particular sentence. See this example here. It was so hot that the plant died. It was so hot that the plant died. So the highlighted group of word which is in red is an adverb clause because it is showing the result of hot. What happened when it was very hot? The plant died. The reason is explained in that adverb clause. So in all these sentences, the highlighted clauses are introduced by the word that. However, in sentence 1, the clause functions as a noun clause, second it functions as an adjective clause, and in this particular slide it functions as an adverb clause. So yes guys, that was all for today's video. Keep learning and keep growing.